All right, I tried to find a way that I could record my face with the PowerPoint, but it doesn't look like that's really going to happen. So you will just have to watch my PowerPoint and listen to my voice. So today we're going to talk about residency matching. And this is obviously a ways out for all of us, but it's still really important to know about. So the really old way looked a lot like our current applications to medical school. But the problem with that was that hospitals, they benefited from filling all of their spots as early as they could. So what that turned into is they started recruiting people as early as their third or even second year into medical school. And the problem with that is that they just didn't really have an idea of what the students wanted to go into at that point, and it was just not a great system. So the medical schools, they started waiting until the fourth year to release their transcripts and their letters of recommendation. But then what that turned into is the hospitals were still really eager to fill their spots. So they started sending out all of these time sensitive offers that they would say, okay, you are accepted into this residency, but we need to hear back from you. Like you need to accept within 24 or 48 hours. And that was also a mess. So enter the National Resident Matching Program, which took a step towards making residency matching more equitable for both sides. This was implemented in the 60s, and even though it does favor the applicants a little bit more, it is a much better system for everybody involved. So how this works, like what it looks like now, is in September of every year, the fourth year medical students, they will apply to their residencies through the Electronic Residency Application Service, which is provided by AAMC. So after applying, interviews will be conducted from October to January based on whether or not a program is interested in an applicant. And then in February, both applicants and programs will submit a rank order list indicating preference in decreasing order. So let's look at a really simplified example of this. For the sake of this video, we're going to go ahead and assume that the United States only has 3 medical students and only 2 residencies for them to apply to. So what that's going to be is John, Linda, and Mark are applying for residencies in New York and LA. Now John, his first pick is New York. His second pick is Los Angeles, and so they're going to look at his first pick, his first ranking first. And so let's see. New York has 2 spots. Their first pick is Linda. Second pick is John, and so because New York has 2 spots and John is in the second order of preference, he will match in New York. And then Linda, her first choice is New York, and New York's first choice is Linda. So that's just a match made in heaven. And then Mark, his first pick is New York, but New York has already filled their 2 slots. And he didn't rank a second school. And so Los Angeles, even though their first choice is Mark, they will not, neither Mark nor Los Angeles will match. And not matching is every medical student's worst nightmare, but it's actually not the end of the world. Because anyone who doesn't match will get put into the SOAP program, or the Supplemental Offer and Acceptance Program, which is something that they have come up with to match the unmatched applicants with unmatched programs. And what this usually turns into is these applicants will spend 1 year doing these residencies, and they in what you call a preliminary year or transition year program, and they will reapply to some different residencies. And so like for Mark here, his problem was that he didn't apply to enough residencies. And that is where most people go wrong in this. As a general rule, anywhere that you get an interview and that you feel like you would be generally happy in that program, you should go ahead and rank them somewhere, just in case they choose you, or just in case you don't match at the place that you wanted. So yeah, we're still a ways out from this, but understanding how matching works is really important. So I hope this helped kind of clear things up.